Hi, I'm Kristen, a dietitian with Health Matters, and today we're going to be making roasted spaghetti squash with melted leeks. So this is a spaghetti squash. It's a winter squash, and it has these great strands, so when you roast it, it comes out like spaghetti, so it can be used a lot like spaghetti, but it's way higher in nutrients and much lower in calories. So cutting a spaghetti squash can be a little intimidating, but take small steps. First, I cut off the ends so you have a firm base to go on. So now you have a very solid, sturdy base. And then cut down. If it's not perfectly in half, that's okay. Kind of get in the crack and use your knife. So now you have two halves of the spaghetti squash. You next want to scoop out the seeds of the spaghetti squash, much like any other squash, winter squashes. And it's pretty simple. You just scrape down and scoop it out. You want to get it pretty clean. So here's a nice, clean, ready-to-go spaghetti squash. So now that you have the clean, ready-to-go spaghetti squash, you can put it face down or face up. It really doesn't make a difference in a big roasting pan. And then you're going to want to rub it with olive oil. So you can use a brush if you want, but I just washed my hands, so I'm just going to put some olive oil on and kind of rub around the whole spaghetti squash. And put some on the inside also. Just a little bit. Next we're going to add the leeks so they can be melted as the squash is roasting. This is a leek. It's pretty cleaned up. Sometimes they can be a lot longer and dirtier looking, but it's fine. You can clean them up yourself. To wash it, you usually cut off the end and then cut down the middle because there's a lot of nooks and crannies. See the dirt there. So you don't want to eat that, you want to wash it off. So here are our leeks all cleaned up. You see there's no more dirt in the crevices, which is nice. And we're just going to add the whole leek right alongside the spaghetti squash. So we'll do the same oiling process. For the leeks, they actually need a little bit more oil than the squash because they have less water. So when you roast them, they can get a little dry, which is why the recipe says if they do get a little bit dry, you can add a little bit more oil as they're roasting or even a little water, and it helps make them really nice and melted. So this recipe is nice because everything cooks all at the same time. So here we have the leeks and spaghetti squash all prepared, seasoned with salt and pepper. And now I will place them in the oven at 400 for about 45 minutes. And as I said, if the leeks get a little dry, you can add more water and oil. So now we have the finished squash. You can tell by the way you press it down, it gives a little bit. So then you just take the squash, it might be a little hot, and flip it over. And it should be very easy to scoop out the spaghetti squash grains. So here are the melted leeks. You can see they're nice and soft. And I'm just going to cut these so then we can add this to the top of the spaghetti squash.